that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
She will be the MJ. Caitlin Clark and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and forth.
I'm a fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires.
Stephen A. Smith just slammed the brakes on Angel Reese's ego ride, leaving imagination spinning. This isn't some glossy Netflix drama depicting a staged downfall. Angel pulled a stunt that left the internet in collective disbelief. Really, if you thought the thrill on the basketball court hit its climax with buzzer beaters, get ready for more. Stephen A. didn't merely drop his microphone, he set it ablaze. So what's the latest from Angel? Prepare yourself.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it was all instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when they mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four. And then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living you-know-what at that particular moment in time. And Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did. It would have never gotten to this.
Just 4 points. That was the total. Angel Reese seemed to be on a scoring fast despite reigning over the rebound kingdom. Even with Caitlin Clark sidelined like she's auditioning for a sports drink commercial, half encased in ice, half in anticipation, Angel failed to capitalize. She had the ball, the spotlight, the perfect opportunity to shine, yet her stats whispered disappointment.
First of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own.
This display was less about "I'll show them" and more akin to "Oops, where's the hoop?" While the national story celebrated Caitlin Clark sitting out, yet still influencing the game, Angel's effort was so minimal, it might as well have come with a courteous apology note. 4 points. Barely deserving the name. That's not a stat line. It's a desperate plea for help from someone suddenly realizing they're just auditioning for an exit interview.
Most fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive.
All right, she snatched up those 12 rebounds. No doubt about it. And she certainly treats them like gold, as if each one is a free meal at Chick-fil-A. But rebounds without points? That's just racking up participation trophies. She acts like hitting double digits in scoring is a burden, like the WNBA handed her a golden ticket and she just shrugged and said, "Nah, I'll pass." It's as if she's viewing scoring as a luxury. Nice to have, but not essential at all.
38, let's get it! Life throws her lemons. She makes bricks. Bang! PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man. Bang! I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan? Bang! Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops. What?
You know it's a tough night when even the broadcast team is scrambling for damage control. She did make some contributions, somewhere else. How exactly? Possibly with a quick cameo on a reality show. She spent the night jogging in sneakers that haven't seen a rim since college, while the camera caught her in a daze, as if she was mentally auditioning for her own spin-off series. In the WNBA, the biggest stat collectors often care less about numbers and more about looking fierce.
I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her, but it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shit.
Once, Angel swaggered in with style. Lashes, nails, hair on point, confidence unshakable. But that 4-point performance screamed, "I peaked in college." loud enough to rouse the NCA archives. This isn't the long-awaited Bayou Barbie takeover. It's more like the desperate housewives of the WNBA, with Angel sipping lonely glasses of Pinot, asking, "Where has everyone gone?" Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, even when double-teamed, elbowed, and iced, continues to score, dish assists, and drain threes as if she's in her own backyard gym. She doesn't just show up, she shows out. Angel had the perfect setup, Caitlin in the spotlight, the mic handed over, and still, she couldn't deliver.
Elaborate a little bit more on that in just a second, but before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The WNBA has issued a statement saying it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
That rebound-heavy stat line. Sure, 12-board showcase hustle, but rebounds alone don't equate to impact. You can box out 3 players and still watch your shot clang off the front rim. Angel was out there grabbing rebounds like Pokemon cards. Gotta catch 'em all, she declared, only to never actually use them.
Oh man, the latter part of that, Stephen A, is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlin and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
Another diabolical stat. She's 19 of 59 from less than 5 feet away. How about that, man? Bang! She should work at housekeeping for hotels because she could turn it over quickly. Lost by 27, scored only 4 points against the Indiana Fever. I mentioned no Caitlin Clark, no problem, give and go. Like a given no shot of working. Bang!
You prefer car or plane?
Car or plane for what? For how you want to travel! That's too many steps and you can't do that. Bang!
The whispers are growing louder, those rumors that Angel once compared herself to Michael Jordan. But this isn't a high school pep rally. If you're not scoring, you're not truly contributing. Right now, Angel's role seems limited to her sideline runway looks or just keeping seats warm, hardly MVP material. If her minutes continue to shrink, she might want to consult her stylist before checking in with the stats coach.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader. Outside of rebounding her own missed layups, what does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night. And for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
This was supposed to be her breakout year, her moment to show she's more than just attitude and flashy highlight clips. Instead, she's become the WNBA's version of a viral TikTok trend. Big hype, rapid fade, and now the punchline along with the highlight reels. Remember the milk crate challenge? That's Angel's season. Started strong, took a shaky step, and now we're all watching her stumble, just not fast enough to escape the fall.
Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark, because when Caitlin Clark was busy taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her comeuppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated.
And let's set the record straight. People genuinely wanted Angel Reese to thrive. She entered the league as a headline magnet, a walking storyline, the fierce rival to Caitlin Clark, the drama, the flair, the Bayou Barbie spectacle the WNBA could market for months. She had everything: charm, college stardom, viral moments, an all-in-one package. But all that sparkle means nothing when your numbers are so lackluster they wouldn't even intimidate a junior varsity squad. 4 points isn't just underwhelming, it's becoming a symbol of everything gone wrong. Unless she's out here staging some kind of postmodern sports satire about inefficiency, this isn't good enough. And now fans are waking up, logging on, watching the game, and thinking, wait, that's it? Twitter's burning. Not with admiration, but confusion. 4 points once again. She's still grabbing rebounds like a beast, no doubt, but offensively she's vanished, missing in action like a left AirPod in 2025. Even her most loyal fans are desperately trying to rewrite the story, posting threads like, "We need to discuss how Angel Reese is actually good. You just don't get basketball. Karen, please." She's struggling like a flip phone in 2025, outdated and all but abandoned.
Well, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky.
What makes this situation so painfully obvious is that Caitlin Clark, yes, the girl sidelined with an ankle wrap, continues to dominate the league's discussions without even stepping on the court. That's when things start feeling downright awkward. Caitlin's on the bench, likely sipping electrolytes and nursing her injury, casually watching as Angel appears to have forgotten her own role. Yet Clark still feels like the bigger presence, an undeniable force even from the sideline. How does someone lose the spotlight to someone who isn't even in uniform? And then, the rumors begin to swirl. Office whispers grow louder. Is she getting benched? Are they resting her for development? That's basketball code for, we can't say this publicly, but yikes. It's not just a slump, it's a full-blown reckoning. The Sky didn't draft a TikTok star. They aimed for a franchise cornerstone. Instead, they're stuck with a rebounder allergic to scoring, and fans are starting to see through it all.
Women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We cannot every time the girl plays a game. She got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not every single game gonna revisit and retread this same tired ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful they have.
Let's keep it real. Teams don't want just players with pretty lashes and inspiring Instagram bios. They want killers on the court. If you're going to showcase your flair on social media, at least back it up with more than 4 to 12 shots and good vibes. Even Stephen A. Smith probably leaned back, adjusted his glasses, stared at that box score, and yelled to the heavens. This young lady needs to know she's not an LSU anymore, and she gets it. The WNBA isn't a charity. They don't hand out all-star votes for effort alone or cardio sessions. Minutes aren't awarded for sentimental memories or vibes. And right now, Angel's box scores look like someone printed them wrong, utterly off, with no real impact.
What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game?
And the pressure keeps building. Each minute Angel spends on the court without making an impact only intensifies the watchful eyes. This isn't the NCO. This is the big league, where every second has to be earned. Do you think coaches in the WNBA are handing out 30 minutes just because of personality? Please. When your efficiency declines, so does your playing time. If you're not scoring, setting up plays, or playing lockdown defense with authority, you're simply occupying space. Angel is no longer just out there playing basketball. She's fighting to stay relevant in a league that'll move on from hype faster than a viral Twitter trend. The spotlight's shifting, and if she doesn't step up, she risks fading into the background.
Comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting. 4th in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. Lost to South Carolina another year. But she's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the number 1 overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is ride the wave. Rising tide lifts.
Now, the game has truly changed. This isn't about potential anymore. It's about performance. Either she makes a swift comeback, or we might end up seeing an ESPN documentary in a decade called Angel Reese, the hype that never delivered, featuring somber piano, slow-motion turnovers, and a whispering narrator asking, "What happened?" And let's not forget Tyler Marsh. the man tasked with the nearly impossible mission of unlocking Angel Reese like she's a secret NBA 2K character. He's tried everything: power forward, small ball 5, even some wild pseudo-wing rolls. At this point, Marcia's probably sketching out plays in hieroglyphics, desperately trying to get her to score. But here's the issue. It doesn't matter what position you put her in if she can't convert. It's like rearranging furniture in a haunted house and wondering why the ghosts are still there. Marsh could stick her under the basket or at half court. If she's only putting up 4 points, nothing will change. Chicago, we've got a problem.
Balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, even while sidelined with an injury, continues to embody the heart of the WNBA. She could be hobbling in a walking boot, shooting from a chair, and still outshine Angel in both stats and storyline. On her worst day, Clark finds ways to influence the game, distributing assists, draining threes, drawing defenders like a powerful magnet. Even off the court, she remains the centerpiece of every headline. You think when she's fully healthy again, she'll take it slow? No chance. She's returning with unwavering focus, locked in. And what about Angel? Her current stat line looks like she's playing dodgeball, not basketball. You can't ignore it anymore. Watch the crowd's reaction. The moment the ball goes to Angel, it's not excitement. It's a collective groan, fans bracing for disappointment. It's like witnessing someone struggle to remember their password in front of 10,000 people, with coaching decisions bouncing her around like a chaotic game of musical chairs. That's not strategy. That's a desperate scramble for a spark that just isn't there.
Actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
Well, she's better at everything.
And
did a triple-double. She's tied for the 3rd most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Let's be clear. Angel's not delivering, not evolving, and certainly not adjusting her game. Her contribution is confined to rebounds, and that's becoming increasingly hard to defend when younger, hungrier players are eager to seize their opportunity. Caitlin Clark isn't returning just to be a reliable scorer. She's coming back to remind everyone she's the star of the league. Once she starts dropping 20 points a night again, Angel's ghost games of 4 points will look even more microscopic. The league demands players who elevate the game, those who raise the standard, not just their personal brand. If Angel doesn't rediscover her offensive rhythm quickly, she won't just be falling behind, she'll be erased from the conversation entirely. The preseason hype, NIL deals, media buzz, all of it vanishes fast when the box score doesn't support it. And right now, those numbers are crystal clear. She's not matching the expectations.
Fortunately, it comes with the crown.
I got to push back on you a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're being a little bit too PC. Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it. Now, yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this social media. She is not.
Even within the team, the atmosphere must be thick with tension. Imagine the grind, working tirelessly for 10 minutes off the bench, while Angel jogs around for 30, offering little more than hustle and effort. That kind of disparity can crush morale, creating friction and frustration. For the front office, this isn't just disappointing, it's an existential crisis. They built a brand around her, invested in the hype, and now the product is faltering. She's not delivering tangible value. What she's putting out is more G League energy in a primetime spotlight. Fans were sold on an epic rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, Iowa versus Baton Rouge, college royalty clashing in the pros. Instead, what's delivered? Clark scored highlight reels even with a sprained ankle, and Angel darted around like a Peloton instructor on a low-impact ride. More show than substance. They promised fireworks, and what they got was a sparkler in the rain. Forgettable, fleeting, and underwhelming.
You say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA.
Well,
it's not like
she's
the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch I know her, she's our meet, but you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they.
If this trend keeps up, it's not going to be amusing anymore. It's going to be heartbreaking. What could have been? A shining career, a legendary rivalry, fading into disappointment. Clark is excelling, while Reese slips further into the background. It's a stark reminder that branding only goes so far. True impact and production are what truly last. It's time to face facts. If the Sky want to win, they need to stop counting on magic and start expecting results. Right now, Angel Reese isn't living up to the hype she once carried. Until she begins posting real numbers, she's not the solution. She's a liability, a ticking warning sign. And if things don't turn around fast, she won't just be losing games. She'll be losing her spot in the league entirely, because the WNBA doesn't pause for hesitation. Either you contribute or you're gone. That's the game. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss an update. Click that video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.